When you work on a backpack, you get very familiar with the lines that make up the whole thing. The seams are what holds everything together, and you might be putting a seam somewhere to shape the backpack in a specific way, or there might be a pocket that you want to function in a specific way, or maybe it's just an aesthetic reason for placing a seam where it is. But yeah, you retrace those lines quite a few times. I mean, first you trace the pattern piece onto the fabric, and then after you do that, you cut the whole thing out. And every time you're cutting, you're tracing those lines with scissors. And then after you cut it out, you go over those lines again with the sewing machine. You might be putting a zipper on that seam, and to do that you have to first tack the zipper on, so that's one time you trace it with the sewing machine. And then to put a storm flap on that zipper, that's another time on the sewing machine. And then if you want to keep the edge of that storm flap crisp, then that's another time on the sewing machine. And then after that, you're gonna sew the other side of that zipper onto another panel. That's about like 8 times that you go over that line. So by the end, you're very familiar with that line, that seam line. And there's value to that compared to designing it back on a computer, then sending it to a factory to get proto after proto made. When it's your hands that trace those lines over and over with a pencil or a chalk or scissors or needles, you tend to care about it more, and you tend to care about getting them right.